Hello friends, welcome to SahuStudies. In this video, we are going to see how create or replace TempView works in PySpark. So Spark supports SQL along with data frame. So we can write a number of SQL statements in Spark. We can create temporary view with the help of a create or replace TempView. So suppose there is a requirement to create a view. On top of that, if we want to perform any kind of a SQL queries, so with the help of a create or replace temp view, we can create a view. But that view is of session scoped. Means whatever the session it will be there, that view will be present in that session. If the session is expired, that view will also be expired. So let's discuss about this session scope. So in data frame or Spark, how we can just figure it out what is the session scope, the temporary view, or what is the session. Suppose we have created a notebook. That notebook is attached with a particular cluster. If we are creating a view with the help of a create or temp view, that will be present in the session scope. Session will expire. How the session will going to expire if we are going to detach the notebook from the currently running cluster. At that point of a time, session will going to expire. If we are going to create a new notebook and attach with the currently running cluster, that is not the same session. The session is different. So whatever the view we have created in the previous session, that view will not be there in the second notebook. And third way, when the session will going to expire is if we are going to shut down the cluster. So in these three ways, the session will going to expire, and if these three things will happen, then whatever the temporary view we have created in the notebook with the help of this function, that view will not be applicable. Here the same thing I have mentioned here, that temporary view cannot be shared between the two sessions. Cannot be shared between the two sessions. So let's see in the exercise which I am going to perform to showcase how create or replace TempView work. So in this exercise, I am going to import all the required libraries. I am creating a list variable which has the address of the CSV file which we are going to read. Here I am creating the custom schema with the help of a struct type and the struct field. With the help of a struct field, I am defining the column and its data types. So here I am defining 6 column and its data type. You can see here. Now, with the help of a spark.read function, we are creating this data frame by reading the CSV file which is present in this path with the help of this custom schema which we have defined here. Once this data frame gets created, so from this data frame we are going to call create or replace temp view, and we are passing a temporary view name. So whatever the data which is present in this data frame, Spark will going to create a view name. This is the view name, and all the data which is present in this data frame is also present in this view name. And with the help of this spark.sql, we can perform any kind of SQL queries. So here what we are doing, we are selecting all the records from this temporary view, and again we are creating one data frame out of it, and we are displaying whatever the content is present in this data frame, which we have generated by selecting all the records from the temporary view. To save time in this exercise, what I am going to do till creation of a data frame by reading the CSV file, we have done multiple times in this video series. So I am going to copy the code to save time. And then I will show you how this temporary function create or replace temp function will going to work. So let's go to the Databricks. This is the join exercise we have done earlier. So I am going to copy the code till creation of the data frame. Till here I will going to copy the code. So let's create a new notebook. Name it as a create or replace temp view. Let's copy the code till creation of a data frame by reading a CSV file. Let's run the cell one by one. All the required libraries has been imported successfully in this notebook. The system schema has been created. List variable has been created. Let's read the CSV file and create this data frame. This data frame has been created successfully. Let's see the content. See, now let's create a temporary view on this data frame. So how we are going to do? In this data frame, we are calling create or replace temp view. Create or replace temp view. And what is the name of the temp view we are going to give? AP employee view. View. Let's run it. Let's see the content which is present in this view. We are creating on top of this data frame. How we are going to run a Spark SQL query. Then we are going to run with the help of Spark.sql. And here what we are doing, we are saying that select a star from this view. Okay. So whatever the record is present in this view, now it is present in this data frame. See, the same records are there. So what we have done in this exercise, we have created this data frame by reading a CSV file. So this is the content of the data frame. On top of this data frame, we are creating a temp view. Whatever the data is present in this data frame, the same records will also be present in this temporary view. So to check that all the records are present in this temporary view or not, we are creating a data frame and we are reading all the data which is present in temp view with the help of a spark.sql function. So all the data which is present in the AP employee view, we are storing it in this data frame by reading all the tables. Sorry, by reading this view. all the and to get all the records, because we are selecting a star now. So all the records which are present in this view will be going to store in this data frame. And if we see the content of the data frame, it has the same data frame which we have generated with the help of a reading the CSV file, because we are generating the temporary view based on this data frame. So we have this data frame, right? So can we are able to get this data frame if we are going to create a new notebook. If we are creating a new notebook, then the new session will going to open. This session will not present. So whenever we are going to call it from another notebook, the view must not be visible over there. So let's create a notebook. Okay, name it analysis notebook. Connect it with. Now this notebook has been attached with this running cluster. So let's take this. Here we are creating a data frame by reading this AP Temp view. Now we are going to access this Temp view. Let's see what is happening. What is saying the table of view AP employee view does not exist, because we have created the view in this notebook. This is a one session. Now we have created another notebook. This is another session, and the temporary view is valid till the session view. So this is a different session. That's why we are not able to call this view. Now another thing is, so this temporary view, sorry, this notebook is attached with this running cluster. If you are going to detach it and then attach it, when we are going to detach it, the session will going to expire, and when again we are going to attach this notebook in this running cluster, the next session will going to begin, and when we are going to call this particular view, it will not going to be accessed because the session is getting changed. So let's do that exercise as well. So let's first detach this notebook from this cluster. So it has been detached. Now again attach this notebook with this running cluster, and now run this command cell. It should give error. So see the same thing, AP underscore employee underscore view does not exist because we have detached the notebook and then attached the notebook. That means we are creating a new session, and this particular view has been created in the previous session. So in this session, this view must not be present, and whenever I am running it, it's giving me an error stating that this AP underscore employee view does not exist. Third way is to do kill the session is, if we are going to just terminate the cluster and restart the cluster at that point of a time. If you are going to access this view will not going to be appear, because again if you are going to restart the cluster and attach the cluster to this notebook, that would be a separate session, and temporary view cannot be shared across the session. Now we can see here, we have seen here how we are going to create a temporary view with the help of a create or replace temp view, how we can access the temp view, and we have also shown you that the temporary view cannot be shared across different sessions. Let's go to the PPT. Thank you. If you like content of my video, then please subscribe my channel like it, comment on it, and press the bell icon to get notification whenever I add videos.